It's not good morning, really. I was informed that today's Devo for Thursday, the 13th of October, came without sound. Um, One of the members of our group informed me of that, so I'm going to redo it, send it to you again here, and hopefully we got sound this time. I'm not sure how that does that, but every once in a while it doesn't. It's very annoying. The title of the devotions, Faith and Prayer, for October the 13th. Faith puts forth an assisting act in prayer, and it does this in two ways. First, it assists the soul with persistence. Faith assists the soul to be persistent. Faith is the wrestling grace. I like that. It comes up close to God, reaches out to Him, and will not easily take a denial. Faith is the soul's eye by which it sees the filth and hell and every sin. It is this insight which makes the heart sorrowful when the soul spreads its abominations before the Lord. Tears come as freely as water from a flowing spring when faith finds Jesus in His love and grace is reflected in the mirror of promise. Never before could the Christian know what to do with a promise in prayer until faith teaches him to press in to God with it humbly yet boldly. Joshua is praying in Joshua 7:9. He says to God, what will you do for thy great name? It is easy. It is as if he had said, you are so inseparably bound to your people by promise that you cannot leave them to die unless your name suffers with them. The second way faith assists in prayer is that it empowers the soul to persevere. As the wheel wears out with turning until it breaks, the hypocrite prays until he gets tired. Sooner or later, something will make him abandon the duty which he never really liked anyway. But it is impossible for the sincere believer to stop praying unless he also stops believing. Prayer is the very breath of faith. Stop a man's breath, and where is he then? Are you compelled to pray? As a baby cannot help but cry when it is hurt or wants something because there is no other way to get help, so the Christian's wants, sins, and temptations return to him, and he cannot do anything but pray about them. From the end of the earth will I cry unto thee, says David in Psalm 61:2. He was saying, wherever I am, I will find you. Imprison me, banish me, or do with me what you will. You will never be rid of me. A couple verses later in Psalm 61, I will abide in thy tabernacle forever. I'll keep the comments short since this is a repeat, but faith is a wrestling grace. Faith goes to the mat, believing, confessing, seeking God's face. God invites us to that. And the psalmist's response was, thy face, Lord, I will seek. Or that picture of the deer panting for water and the soul thirsting after him. That's what faith does. If we stop having faith, if we stop praying, we're dead in our tracks. Spiritually, we're dead in our tracks. Blessings again to you today. Fight the good fight with your wrestling grace of faith.